Hi guys. So today I wanted to talk to you about my experience in middle school when I did track and field. I talked in another video. I'm not sure when it's going to go up, but I'm not sure when this video is going to go up either because today's a video day and like I said, I have a lot. Like I said in my last video, I'm kind of busy this week. So yeah, I have a baseball game on Saturday, so I want to try to get my homework done before Saturday because when I get home I'm going to be tired and all that. So I'm going to talk about my experience with track and field in middle school. And I said in my last video that it deserves another video because I didn't want that video to be really long. Okay, so when I did track and field, I was kind of forced to do it. Like, my mom kind of she just wanted me to do it. And it was kind of forced. It wasn't really my choice. But I did it. I stuck it out and I did it anyway. So I was kind of it was kind of okay, so because of liability, in high school and middle school, they have liability. They were afraid of me doing anything because they were afraid I'd get hurt. They didn't want me doing any running. They didn't want me doing any of that. They didn't want me to do anything. So for a lot of the practices, I was missing practices here and there. There were times where I was just sitting around doing nothing and I was acting silly. Okay, so mainly what they had me doing was the shot put. Now, the shot put, they had me throw the shot put. Now, when you throw a shot put, there's a certain way you have to throw it. Okay, so you have to have your thumb, on your collarbone, holding the shot put in your just your fingertips, not your whole hand. Just your fingertips. It has to be resting on your fingertips. And then you kind of your elbow is extended at a 90-degree angle, your elbow is extended out. The shot put is resting against your chin and it has to stay there, stay rested against your chin the whole time until you actually release it. So you throw it and it's still against your chin. And what you do is you can twirl around and you could twist and throw to give it more power, which is what I did. And the reason I'm explaining to you guys how to throw it is because I'm going to explain to you how I threw it in high school or middle school, which was totally different. So when I was in middle school, they didn't really show me how to throw the shot put. What I did, I just went and I was holding the shot put in my whole hand. And you're not like they said, they didn't even show me how to do it the right way. So I was holding the shot put in my whole hand. And I didn't even extend my elbow out or hold it against my collarbone or anything like that. I just took it and I just threw it straight up in the air. And I went to a track meet and my mom was there, and I'll get to why she was there in a minute. But my mom was there and she said, now the shot put's very heavy and hard. So I accidentally almost hit somebody in the head. I mean, I didn't, thankfully, but I almost did. Now, at first, when I was doing all the throwing and I wasn't running, with me and my brother, we all thought that, oh, they were just, because they put you in what you're best at. There was rarely any student that was running and throwing together. So we were kind of trying to convince my mom that, oh, that's why they were doing it that way. But then later on, I figured out it was, oh, because of liability. They didn't want me doing anything. So yeah, so I go. That's why. So I go to these track meets. Okay, so at practice, you can only imagine, I'm only doing the shot put a few times and I'm there for 2 hours. So I go to practice and I go through the shot put, but then there's a lot of downtime where I'm just hanging around. I'm not running, I'm not doing anything else, so I'm just throwing the shot put every so often. So you can only imagine I get bored. I get bored. I was just sitting around. So I was getting silly, just laughing and cursing sometimes and making noises, just being silly. And one day, it was actually the day before a track meet that I had, my mother gets a call from the principal, and he was telling her that it wasn't working out. and it was because I was being silly. And he asked her to come to my track meet. And she said she would, and she did, and all that. And they talked about it and the fact that it wasn't working out. And I kind of told her that I didn't want to quit track because I think it was because I felt like she was forcing me. And she said, if it's really not working out, you don't have to continue. So I just stuck it out, like, for the whole season, just because it was only, like, a month left, so, like, it was, like, there was really no point. But, I mean, I could have, but I just, like, decided to stick it out, because there was another track meet. The second meet, I don't remember if my mom went to. I'm pretty sure she did, but I think she did, but I don't remember, but I'm not remembering right now. So, we go to this meet, and this was the meet where I almost hit somebody in the head with the shot put. So I was basically, like I said, because I was throwing it wrong. Now, the other thing, too, is that nobody ever told me how far I threw it. That was another thing. I never got any feedback. Nobody told me how far I threw it. So, yeah, that was... So, like, when I was at the track meet, my mom kind of... Okay, so she kind of knew that the reason I was just throwing the shot put was because of liability. They didn't want me running or anything. So she went up to the coach and she said she was really mad. She said she was furious because they didn't let me run. They only wanted me to throw, and I don't remember exactly what he said, but I feel like she kind of, like, embarrassed me at the track, which she did, because she kind of, like, just went up to the coach, which I guess I can understand why she did that, but maybe she could have, like, called him on the phone and talked to him in private or something. But it was just, like, it just didn't really work out. I mean, I never did anything, and I was going to practice, and I was just sitting around doing nothing because I was bored, dead on my mind, because they didn't let me do anything. So, yeah. So that was basically my experience with track in middle school. They didn't want me to do anything, and they wondered why I would act silly. Well, maybe if I was more active and if I was actually doing more activities, I would be engaged and I wouldn't be bored to tears. So yeah, so that was basically, okay, that was basically it as far as my experience with track in middle school. It was 6th grade when I did track, and I did not do track again the next year because, like, I knew the last year it didn't work out. So yeah, but anyway, I'm gonna go for right now, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. And today is the 30th, by the way. I know in the beginning of the video I said today was a video day, but you know, you guys don't know when I'm recording this. So today's the 30th. So yeah, I don't know when this video is gonna go up. Hopefully Thursday, but I'm not making any promises because I have a lot of homework and stuff I gotta do this week, so yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna go, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Alright, bye guys.